Hi, I'm Jack.
And I'm Sophie.
And this is where we live.
But not anymore.
So I'm taking it super slow through here. That's because I don't want salt water splashed up through the chassis. Well, we're at Uruguay National Park. This is Pebbly Beach. Named obviously due to the pebbles on the beach. It's very unique, I think. And yeah, we've been here for about 4 days so far. Packing up tomorrow and we're going to head off inland again. We're going to head up towards Grafton and take the Old Grafton Road around to Glen Innes and then push on north through the national forests and head into Queensland. Hopefully we'll probably hit Queensland in about 3 or 4 days. Jackery, little town, not really a town, it's just a caravan park really. Nice little rest stop, so we filled up with some water and fuel and we had a bit of lunch and now we're just about to hit the trails. We're going to be doing the Old Grafton Road trail back to front, so starting down here at Delmorton and then we're going to follow it all the way up, and tonight we're going to stay here at Man River and hopefully catch some fish. Well, this is why we do this, guys. Places like this. This is the Nimboida River. It's probably about an hour's drive from Grafton, I guess. But look at that, just stunning. Not a soul around. Well, we're not going to make Man River tonight. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. Been on the road for about 6 hours. We have had plenty of little breaks, stops on the way, just enjoy the scenery. But I think we're just going to try and find a camp spot along the Boyd River here, which is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully we can find a little camp spot somewhere and we'll tuck in for the night here and then we'll be on with the adventure in the morning. Yep, that'll do for tonight. That'll do very nicely. Not a bad place to wake up either. The trick to successful campfire toasting is to not let the bread get too hot on either side because it begins to curl. So you just got to evenly get it nice and roasted on each side. So here we are in this tiny little, I guess, ghost town of Delmorton. It was once a thriving timber and gold mining town. Thousands of people apparently lived here, so not much left of it now, just a couple of old shacks and town tennis courts over there. It's a nice little camping spot down by the river, but yeah, mostly just cattle grazing now. the Old Grafton Road for a bit of a detour. We're heading up to Tommy's Lookout. Road up here is a little bit windy and a little bit steep, quite a few whoopie-doos, but nothing too bad. And when we get to the top, we'll take some photos and have some lunch. Well, here we are at Tommy's Lookout. I think you'd agree that it was definitely worth the effort. So as I was turning the corner up there, I heard something go pop down the front drive line. So just pulled up. I'm going to try and work out what it is. I can't see immediately what it is. I can see that I've got a cracked, broken off sway bar bracket. But yeah, there's a bigger problem there somewhere. I think I found the problem. It looks like I might have broken a tooth off the front ring gear. So what's happening is I've got the left hand wheel jacked up here. If I turn it, it jams. It goes to a very hard spot there. Now, the reason I think it's the ring gear inside the housing is because my gear ratio is 4.56 turns of the pinion to 1 turn of the ring gear. What's happening is if I take this grease nipple as a reference and I wind it over, so that was the hard spot. That's 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, and I'm back to the binding. 4.5 turns, I'm back to that binding spot. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to try and drive it off this mountain as it is. Don't fancy going down that hill without some front wheel drive. I'm running the risk obviously of having the whole thing lock up halfway down some precarious corner. I'll see how it goes for the first, because it's pretty flat for the first 2 Ks, and we'll see how it goes. And if it's still okay, we'll try and descend with the damage, and then get to a campground down the road and crack the diff housing and pull out the ring gear. We found a really nice camp spot here by the Man River, and got the Jeep in a good position. Going to start stripping that axle down, pull out that ring gear. Well, it's not a bad spot to be broken down, but anyway, I found the problem. So I've removed the cover off the front of the differential. You can see just there at the top on the ring gear, we're missing 2 teeth. Well, about 1.5 hours into the job, everything's apart. I've got the carrier over here. You can see the damage on the gear teeth here and here. Maybe that was earlier damage, I don't know. Anyway, she's pretty cactus. So I'm going to take the ring gear off and I'll put it all back together, give it a good clean up, put the old oil back in, and then we'll play on for a few days. Well, here we are at it again, first thing in the morning. I'm using a tomato sauce bottle to put the old differential oil back in the diff. Very handy little way of doing it, hopefully. So one other thing I discovered yesterday when I went underneath the car to investigate the differential problem is the broken sway bar lift bracket, and it's snapped off around here. I've known about this problem for a while though. It's bent a couple of times and I've straightened it with a hammer. I've not really been too concerned about it, it's just a bit of steel. So planned on making another one for ages, a thicker one, and actually welding it to the axle here, but never got around to it. So anyway, this is the result. Not too hard to fix though. Well, we're on the road again. Hopefully today we make it further than the 50 or 60 kilometres we made yesterday. Jeep's going alright. Obviously no four-wheel drive, but stick to the roads so we can get it all fixed up. At the moment is this broken sway bar bracket. Can't really drive more than about 60 kilometres an hour with that. It's just rocking all over the place. So we're going to stick to the Bicentennial Trail and get up to Deepwater and then just take it easy on the main road into Stanthorpe. And I'll find a fabricator and I'll get him to make a bracket for me. Well, I have a dilemma. Do I go ahead and repair that axle? How much is that going to cost me? It's going to cost $500 for the gears by the time they're sent up from Melbourne. It's going to cost me $400 for the bearings. Probably, let's say, $600 at the cheapest for installation. So I'd be lucky to get out of it for under $1,500. Probably more like $2,000, I would think. Plus having the vehicle in the shop for a day or 2 days. So there is another option. Well, there's two other options. One, we can continue on without front wheel drive and we don't get to go to some of the great areas, which is not an option for me. Option 3 is to do what I should have done 6 years ago and bite the bullet, install the right axle for that car. Axle upgrade. For you guys that don't know, the The Wrangler Sport comes with a Dana 30 in the front. The Rubicons come with a Dana 44, which is a stronger axle. It's got stronger gears, stronger axle shafts. The axle housing itself is basically the same. Well, it's exactly the same, to be honest. So it's not more resistant to bending, but the gears are substantially bigger. They're Dana 44 gears and very much less likely to break. The shafts are bigger, less likely to break. So the right solution is to replace the axle with a 44, aftermarket 44 or 60. I think I'll go for the 44 if I chose that option. So turnaround on a new axle is going to be about a week, but very expensive. Very expensive. To put it into perspective, the axle conversion would be, I don't know, at least 1/3 the cost of the vehicle if I sold it right now. So how committed am I to that vehicle? Well, pretty committed. I've put in a lot of money so far, a lot of work. I love the vehicle, I love it. I feel like the work that I've done on the axle by installing the tubes, extra tubes, by strengthening the C's, has stopped the axle from bending, at least the type of four-wheel driving I do. But what exists is the fact that it's got the tiny little ring gear. We're carrying substantially more load than we normally carry. I have very little confidence that it would last any considerable amount of time. And I'm 100% sure that I would break the gears again, and then I would have to pay another potentially $1,500 to $2,000 repair. So I've got some thinking